Okay. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone the world you all are, it's your Blue Archive, Gacha Whale, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy, Toss on you. Welcome to the art stream. For today I will be drawing Ichijou Ririka from Hololive device E-class. If you're not familiar with my art style, you have like some samples on the left side to know what to expect in kind of terms of the quality and like the end result. And will be a roughly 2-hour stream, I hope. My top speed can be 90 minutes, but the average I'm like somewhere 2 hours. This will be also my first time drawing Ririka via digital art, so I'm gonna see like what I can do there. When she got like to debut, I was really like magically entranced. Something put me in there, so kinda like wanted to support her. So I did like some doodles here and there while she's like in her CEO kind of, you know, shacho kind of meta outfit. Like all of the reclass girls, they have like how do you call it? As 2 outfits. Like first of all, they have what you call the idol outfits, like when they're on stage and everything, and then the other one if it's like casual. Gonna draw her in her casual outfit, or can you call it casual? Like what she's not wearing on stage at the very least. Since she's a businesswoman, a woman of business, I'm gonna draw her like in that manner. I'm gonna see like what I can do there. First of all, see if like the things are alright. I will like draw a little bit of background as well. Or maybe. But overall, she's like more a kyatto. Like at first sight, she appeared more as a kyatto than like some kind of CEO for me, you know. But she went with the with that, so yeah, I guess that's how it is. We do not draw the phone. Those indicated as something. My coughing got like better, or like my health got like better. I don't cough, I coughed less yesterday after the stream. I still did, like fair amount. When I've extended my voice, I can't like talk calmly and silently like that, like with lower volume, like in real life, you know, since people need to understand what I say. So sometimes my voice had to like give like signs of like, okay, you're going too far, and then it's like that. But overall, it was like better. They felt less painful. There were less power in there. So I think like by the end of the week I should be like fully recovered. I will still keep it like around this volume and like with this vibe. So if you are like one of the regulars, you know, that you hear me like this, that's not usually how it sounds, you know, but yeah, bear with it, with like a different vibe for now. I have like tea also brewed in. I'm gonna take a sip of that. Gonna add something in there, like some honey. Always helps. Always helps if you put like honey in or tea. I just woke up recently, so I haven't had like too much, let's say, things to like strengthen me. I'm at it, let me adjust the microphone. Okay. That'd be like the right height. So I don't know like if you can guess, but like trying to draw her while being on a desk. She has like her legs on the table, you know. It's like in a chibi manner. If it would be like in actuality, there's like more challenge and difficulty for sure. Like mostly when you write the characters, or what I see like from artists of my level, that they draw them portrait or like half body, you know. But what if I can't draw half body in their feet, you know? Yeah, you can hear. Now let's do it like that. I think I can adjust it a little bit afterwards, I would say. And gonna see. Well, I hope I can keep it around 2 hours, but let's see. It's not only like so that it can be like, yeah, I did it pretty fast, no, I was like productive, but also I have like a handicap with my voice, even though I limit myself with the output. It's like better overall if I don't use my voice, usually. But if you have to use it, speak like clearly, you know, as possible, and don't like overextend there. But also, like, I think in the West, it should be like evening or midnight. So I'm gonna make sure that I can be quick here, so that you guys can go to bed at a reasonable time. But if you're part of the VOD gang, you're also like very welcome. I used to watch VODs a lot, especially if there's like chatting in there. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer. Okay. Okay, let me see her design. Draw her with the extra trip. Is that possible? It's like where she has, besides her pink blouse, also like the pelt thing above it. You could like say pelt jacket, but it's not really a jacket. It's like what all those VTubers do, like instead of like pulling up the zip and then wear it properly so that doesn't slip off, you know, they let it slip off their shoulder and everything. And for aesthetics it is nice, but for artists who, let's say, live to the artist who has like to make sure that the physics on how it moves makes sense, this is like a nightmare. So if it can't be a static picture, it's always like a pain. in art. But that I ever animated clothing like that. I think I animated like head movements one time, like out of fun when I was like, let's say like years ago, yeah. Let's say like years ago. But it was like nothing too serious, just like some flipbook animation. Okay, let me see. Let's draw it without hair sunglasses first, then add them later on. Ah, Ririka's beautiful. I pretty much like, I think like I have I do like kyattos by now. Back in the days I was like not much into them, but now seeing that they're more, you know, like that archetype writers choose, like when they're like in stories, tend to be like more on the positive side than you know, like when they're on the bad side. Like of course they have like the attention of the class, they like if they're in a school setting, you know, they are the social butterfly and such, but for the most part they like hang out with the wrong people and can be more or less like the antagonist in like the setting, you know, like some kind of bullies, you know. Then I can't get the answer. This is usually like some romance stories that they like tend up to be the antagonists. But yeah, I think like there's examples where like Dress Up Darling that it became like, you know, they're actually not that bad. Would like, it's maybe hard to say that the first time it's like Dress Up Darling. I do remember I watched like all the anime where it really showed like that the gyal are like that the gyals are like more on the positive side. But I really like went through with like Dress Up Darling, I suppose. Yeah, I saw like the most fan art to Agiaro ever. But yeah, her personality is not necessarily that, it's just the appearance. I do watch some of her streams, even though some of those where she only spoke like Japanese, but I must like say it's not that difficult, like her Japanese is not that difficult to understand. Pretty much wakariasui. But I don't understand like everything. I think like I'm kind of on the level of like N5, N4 if it comes to like listening. At some point I got like some podcasts recommended, you know, regarding listening practice, yes. And I could like understand everything they said like N5 and N4 level. But yeah, if it comes like to Zatsudans, those are like fluent, you know, those are like nothing like beginners. So there's like more vocabulary, more words, kanjis I haven't like learned yet, no. Yeah, I'm learning Japanese in a very casual kind of way, where I don't like pressure myself too much with like perfecting it, but still being better than the Tosan from past year. Then I make like improvements, but slowly and steady, while like focusing on some of my other goals. Of course, like being better in Japanese is like one of my, but yeah. It's not like that I put like a New Year's resolution on, you know, I didn't really do that. But you don't really need to have like one in order to like start off something. That's like somewhat of the trend, you know. Oh, this is the new year, let me have like this goal, post on social media, and then get like attention, then have people say, oh, sugoi, sugoi, pachi, 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 you know. I never was like, I think like if I was like young, you know, younger, maybe I would have like joined into these things, but I'm kind of like, I don't need that, you know. I don't need new goals. Like it's easy to start off something, but hard to like actually put into motion. So yeah. And why would you need like the attention to actually do it, you know? Like the only one who can track your progress and what you've done in your life is you yourself, right? Only you can judge how far you've come. Be your own judge, you know? Don't try to get influenced and such, you know? Like, look at this dish on your own. And judge after your moral compass or whatever. There are like enough influencers out there, and then like the opinions get like changed, you know, here and there. But yeah, every now and then it's like important to like look at it on your own and be like, how do I think about it, you know? They shared like what they've thought about it, but do I agree, you know? Or do I have a different experience there? I think I got her hair roughly. I think I add the classes afterwards. Megane. Maybe it's like Megane. Megane janai. Ura-san desu. Ura-san. Garasu. Garasu. Oh gosh. How does it look like with her legs? Okay, she doesn't wear any tights or anything. So it's like naked legs. Oh gosh. But yeah, it's chibi form, so would have been nice if it was not chibi form, huh? Since the legs on the table. Oh well, whatever. It doesn't matter that much. So she's like the Shacho, she's the CEO, you know, of her own company. So I imagine like that they're in the office on the phone, have like a talks, but since she's like nothing like Yago, you know, like she's like not the corporate, and she's like more entertainer, you know, and young. Like at least like the character, you know, the appearance is young. I think like that might be the actual doing behind the scenes, you know. That her work as a shacho looks like maybe more derpy and actually serious. Like putting the legs on the table is like not seen as professional, so I guess like this will be what I will settle it with, you know. I'm gonna make sure that I put on other accessories to make sure that she's recognizable. But I think like at this point there shouldn't be too many issues. Still like less than 1 hour in, so I'm like good. We should all be good. Without using a ruler or anything. Just freestyle via hand. Just use feeling. Okay, it does that when I click there, okay. I suppose she also eats. There were like times where she ate on stream, I remember. Don't really remember what exactly, maybe some Japanese snacks, but you know, there's also like those donut shops there, so maybe. There was like this one donut shop where Fumoko liked to go, but it's like closed down. I think something with the Ponda rings, something like that. Okay, I see. I have to like extend on the other side to give it more dimensionality. Or like more, I don't know. Needs to take on more space. I say like I need to add more space. And before you see like I add in Sana. Gosh, I added space. Let's go. Thank you much. How about instead of etching out the right arm, I'm gonna just do it like here. It's like her hand here. And then she holds like some snack in her hand. Let's say a donut. A donut's like easier to draw. Like she has a very Western looking attire, so let's give her like some Western looking snack. So it's easier to understand. And then extend the hair here to like add more weight. So that's like balance it out. And I think I'm adding like sunglasses. But also let's see, it might, yeah, I have to use, yeah. I need to abuse the space I have. Like use up more for everything. Her hair is like not that long. Still, I want to draw a little bit more there. Maybe the legs I can like draw a little bit bigger. She has like quite some thick legs. Even though it's in chibi, I can still emphasize that. I know like kawaii positive genius, but what if she's like super derpy behind the scenes? To be honest, I do like JP members, but there's always a little bit of a knowledge gap since there's a language barrier. So all my knowledge is like pretty much surface level, I must like say. But at least I know a little bit more, you know, since I not only watch clips but like streams of her sometimes. But some of the clippers are like pretty cool, like what they do there, like with the editing style. Like, do you know the Hologatari clipper? They edit it like in a way that it seems like a Monogatari style, let's say like that. the way they like tell the story. With all these cutscenes in between, you know. Usually you clip it out, you put in subtitles, make sure that's like well paced enough with like the speech, you know, there are not many unnecessary breaks. And then yeah, deliver the punchline or just like you know, translate what she's saying. And then you're done. For the most part, it's always like the translation that like carrying, you know, that it's like that are like the MVP. But sometimes people go all out and be like, yeah, what if I can give it a little more of oomph, you know? What if I give it like a little more on personality? Then yeah, they have like their own editing style. Sometimes they put in like animations or like some pictures, you know, to like visualize what they're talking about. Let's say, oh, the other day I talk about like Pokemon, or you know, and then they pop in the image like Pokemon related in there, you know. And if they talk like about some creature from the series, then they pop in like the image of the Pokemon, you know, like PNG, and just so that we know, oh, this is how it looks like, you know. Like clipping can be more than just, you know, clipping and putting in subtitles. At the same time, you know, when you clip like a moment, oh, this was a funny story, then why not like, you know, enhance it, you know, instead of like letting the words of your Oshi or whatever tell you the story, maybe like put in like more to visualizing that, you know. But in a sense, if you learn like how to do that, you know, like to put more emphasis on like certain things, maybe you can actually like make your own video essay and such, you know. That you have like a script and then you're like, oh, let me put up the picture at this time and that, you know, that you have like some kind of a script in your mind or like written down, and you need like the right order. But it takes like quite some time, you know, especially if you're no pro, to make sure that it has like the flow you want. I do like video editing, I must like say, but I'm kind of like lazy with that since there's like drawing and gaming I like a lot more than that. Not only lazy, I don't have much time. It's like drawing a thumbnail is like taking time, drawing can take time. Sometimes I'm like introducing myself to archive gacha, right? At times, or like regularly. And let's say I'm taking like, it's like my favorite gacha game, mobile game, you know, and sometimes I take it seriously there. So when there's like some sort of competition going on with like ranking lists and such, then be like, okay, I wanna be like single digit, you know. So when you're like logging into a game and like check the ranking that I'm like directly there to see, or just like few scrolls away, something like that. Then people be like, holy crap, Tosan is like #1 rank. And then they spam like the I kneel emote or whatever, you know. There's always like satisfaction, like to see when when numbers are rising. It's like just Monkey Bro be like ooh ooh ooh, you know, and yeah. Monkey brain, seeing shiny numbers. Oh ho ho. But it's not a necessarily easy game. Like, this game can be pretty cruel. Like in gacha. And RNG and everything. But it's not as bad as like FGO. FGO is like the GOAT if it comes to like to being you know, FGO. Like Blue Archive is like pretty generous. It gives you a lot of like pirate scenes, so like gacha currency that you can pull on gacha on a regular basis. Like if they hit a milestone, if they get like any kind of W, when there's like some seasons going on, you know, they have like a lot of things to the reasons to like give you stuff. Unlike Genshin. But also, while some things like gacha can be pretty tedious and such, this game, Blue Archive, has like not saying something bad, but to say something good. Like, the gameplay is pretty in-depth, but it can also be like tedious if it's like maintain a gameplay loop. But if you play like for the first months, you know, and actually like log in, it's amazing, it's fun and very memorable. And it respects your time, you know, since you have like skip tickets, you can, if you cleared, let's say a boss once, you can like use your tickets to like be like done for the day, and you're like, the sessions can be like under 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, you know, like however you want it. And it has actually created good characters and then also good stories. Like it's like maybe the first gacha that even like reach credits, you know. And when you usually reach the credits, the story is over. It's still continuing, of course. It's still continuing, but it's like the first time I felt like that mobile gacha game. It's like a story that felt complete. You can like stop there after the final volume. But even though you managed to have like one major event, like behind it's like now behind your back, the world is still turning, right? And actions have like consequences, like even your past actions that are like still lingering there. Sometimes you're like doubting yourself. Was what I did back then a good choice? Those still have weight, everything. And just like shows like but I must like say after volume F things got like more watery, like more weaker. But yeah, the spirit is still there. Remember like the days when they were pretty active with like the story. Like you could like expect every few months like new story updates. It was like hype. But nowadays it's like really slow. We only get like events in like, oh, new boss, like, oh, the boss is returning, let's fight, you know, let's compete again. And yeah, it's like kind of a for me for a long time. And I don't have much reason to like read event stories or like main story on stream anymore. So I'm like waiting for like the next big thing there. It's already in Japan. Out there, I'm waiting for it to release on global. It's like the Dekachromaton story, I think. But could also be, yeah, it's actually the Dekachromaton. But yeah, wait, I'm just waiting there. Maybe I can do my read-alongs again. Do my voice acting. There are not many male characters though, so you're either a guy and trying to voice like female characters, it can be like kind of wonky. At some point I will be able to talk like a girl. Maybe I already can, who knows. But that would be way too much power for me. Way too much. Okay, she also has like some kind of earring. Ririka. It looks like the League of Legends L, but maybe... Oh. Yeah, edit afterwards. Okay. Not so bad. Give it some line weight here and there, and then it should be like... should like feel complete. More or less. Also the phone needs a cord. About 1 hour in, not so bad. Now clean things up. I think like the classes I will add at the very end if I don't forget it. If I do not forget, it will be there. Da, da, da. Phone cord, shouldn't forget here. I deleted it before. Just like some spirals. I'll give those spirals a little bit of weight. Okay, I think I'm locked in. Pretty silent for now. I must say my past days have been pretty boring. I stayed a way from streaming for quite a time since I had the issues with my voice. And I pretty much missed streaming. Or being here at all, have some kind of presence. So it was not only boring but also frustrating that I couldn't do anything for now but wait, rest. Really wanted to stream, I guess. Since I have also the kind of minimum there, 3 times a week. At some point during the days where I rested, I also was thinking, what if I don't stream at all? But there's a reason why I do this actually. So I can't easily give up on that, and I kept it up for very, very long, with streaming, regular streaming, where you have a schedule and stuff. You can expect that I'm gonna be around there, be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that. You have a schedule at the very least. You'd expect, okay, he's gonna stream around those times. Sometimes I get the time zones wrong, but now I got it right, so it's like more reliable by now. What bad. Okay, it's past 1 hour. Let's do the colors. This is good enough for colors now. Let's zoom out. How's the line weight? Around here. And fix. Oh. But yeah, after I'm like satisfied with the line weight, and like go in. Like if it looks good already without the colors, then I'm gonna add color to make it give it like justice, you know. I would like to say I make it look even better, but I'm not that confident for colors. I just like whatever, you know. The children like it if I put in color. That's more interesting to look at if it's just like black and white, to be honest. And you keep it like detailed. Like manga art is always like interesting to look for me, to look at for me. Like Hamurata sensei, like who does like who redraws One Punch Man. It works together with like the alpha one or that. That's like the original One Punch Man web manga, web comic, and like what Murata sensei draws are like two different products, to be honest. But just like because it's a modern art style and looks like more candy and such, they can give it their own spin, you know. Murata sensei is like also accepting ideas from one to like change out the story, like the Garo kind of arc, example. The arc after like where Saitama beats like the crap out of like the beam, like from some kind of alien. Like this kind of arc is like pretty much the best one there. This is like kind of might be probably the point where like the writing for one are like better, so that they could like produce things like Mob Psycho, and it's like on par of the writing with like the Garo, or like even better Garo arc. It's like, yeah, maybe one of the few series that will really actually show what this means to be the strongest, you know. That there's like weight here, that you have like a lot of boredom, like no challenge. Usually it's predictable, you know, when One Punch Man comes, he wins. But it's not necessarily about winning always, but like developing the characters, you know, like like even though he has a presence in the world there, he has not a presence really. There are only like few people who really respect and acknowledge him, while he is like staying in the background, like he looks like some background character, but when the time is like right, you know, he comes to help. While at that time our characters can like have that time to shine, you know. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Also has comedic moments here and there. It can balance the like act between seriousness and comedy. I really much like it. Like how one is like writing his stories. Pretty much like Gintama as well. How it can also balance seriousness and comedy. It's like weird comedy though. It can get like pretty dirty. The more sensitive one, of course. Hello, how do I read that? Sucha? Saicha? Welcome to the art stream. Hello, hello. I'm trying Ichijou Ririka from Hololive Devis Recloss. Okay, let me add some color. Sidecar. Okay, thank you for that. Oh gosh, this will be something. Since there's also background, this will be something. Okay. Oh, I need a darker background. So. A lot of people have trouble pronouncing it. Yeah, I mean, that's like how you want to be caught online. And yeah. Like, English is like kind of interesting. There's like pronunciation stuff. They're like established words, and with that established pronunciation for those words. But when it comes to names, there's no consistency. There's like no way, no right way to like pronounce the names. Not like nouns, you know, not like verbs or like adjectives, but like nouns, names. Always like a struggle. Sometimes I get it right. Most of the times I get it right. But there are also like times where I don't get it. Like now. Like, you know, when there's like M-I-K-E, you don't say Mike, you say Mike, right? That's also kind of weird. Gosh, how it's like how everything it's like structured. Most troublesome language, yeah. I mean, it's not my first language really. It's not my second either. But I can like speak it fairly well. What does fairly well mean? I'm still like practicing how to speak it, you know. Then I get like fluent. That's like pretty useful, Okay. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people use that language. Oh, how do I do it with the hair? Cool drawing too, by the way. I know, right? I like to do it that way. What do you like about it? Why do you think it's cute? Oh, I think I got it right. Something like this. It was like darker at the end. Yeah, something like that. Let's see now. The expressions more figure. Yeah. Expression, especially I like to do with those kind of small gremlins. Oh, big cat. Yeah. A big cat can tell you that there might be smart ones. But overall, I like to broaden the style, you know, fairly simplistic. You can express a lot more things. And while I do acknowledge, okay, Hololive, there are idols, you know, but at the end they're like entertainers who like keep crushing the dreams from Yago. So they were like, yeah, okay, my dream is like his dream, you know, that like Hololive is like something like an idol group like AKB48, I think, and it got like constantly memed on, right? While they're like idols, I think like they're like some kind of gremlins, you know, they're like those little kind of bundles of energy that like run around, they do their thing, and but like not how you expect them to do it. Because like, for example, the CEO of her own corporation, but she is not like Yago, you know, like a professional. I suppose she's like just some derpy silly little creature, but in the end like still very cute, you know, so I draw them like that. Sometimes people come in there who don't know anything about Hololive, but it's like still pretty like, okay, do you know about Hololive? And like just promote it to get more people in there. They are fun to watch. Yeah, that is true. Well, I use the example like Hololive. I do enjoy the boys there as well. Like besides the girls, I also like the boys, you know. They're all like a gold mine, I must say. But there's also a dilemma. so many to watch, but only like so much time in a day. Also, I'm sad by the recent graduations of most of the popular members. I can see that too. It's like a rough time for Hololive fans. 2024 was like the roughest, but April is like a year a lot of them will remember. It's like so much so that this saying got like invented on like you know, don't ask a woman about her age, don't ask a man about his salary, and don't ask a Holo fan what happened in April 2025. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? But yeah, it's kind of like those memes are kind of the way people cope nowadays. But they do like screenshots of like being crony and be like, hey, let's go, full council is like is there. But yeah, despite of like the times where it's like okay to be sad, you know, I do like that people like counteract doom posting by just try to like, you know, be at their best side. I also am like, I was like a pretty big fan, or let's say like an enjoyer of like Myth, you know. They're like not down to 50% almost of like, but it was like also for me pretty much understandable on like the decisions. While things surely were negative at some point, you know, that they had their own reasons, I hope they still like have good memories. Like this was a big kind of opportunity, you know, like getting into Hololive, you know, or like Holo Pro in general. If you said like no, you wouldn't have like met all these amazing people and like all the experiences, you know, and like having a fan base like watching you over the whole wide world, being like entrepreneur of like YouTubing, you know. Not like the face of it. Like those are all like unique experiences and yeah. Not something you can easily obtain. I think like they have like some positive experience there that they can look like back fondly on. They may even made friends, you know. Like this is like something cool. I like to tune in for more, but unfortunately I still have some unfinished work to do. I'll see you on your next stream. Alright then, I wish you nice progress on that, and a nice rest of the day, or whatever time zone you are. Thank you for tuning in. Standing by Psycar. Hi BlitzQB, welcome to the art stream. I'm drawing Ichijou Ririka from Hololive, Devis Recloss. Welcome. I'm back, currently burned out from drawing. What should I do? Well, that sounds rough, first of all. To be burned out from something you actually enjoy doing. So I think what you can do is like take your time until the burnout is like gone, you know. At some point the fire can be ignited. But if you want to draw but have like this art block burnout, then maybe draw some random shapes, you know. Whatever comes into your mind. I don't know, like what exactly. Hello Walt. German, I see. I mean, I can speak German. But if it's possible, wenn möglich, vielleicht auf Englisch. Weil viele hier im Chat sind, können nur auf Englisch mit mir kommunizieren, ne? Es gibt Regeln. Vielleicht kann man das verfolgen. Die Regel befolgen. Thank you. But yeah, creative name. So something like, yeah, like this name Walt is like translated to like forest. Okay, I'm called Forest. I'm like from the forest. Something like that. I was burnt out because I want to start drawing with a new style. Now I can't draw my overall style. Ah, I see. Why do you want it to draw on your style? There's a stronger color. A part of the reason why, even though I'm a German and some have a preference like there with the language in like chat, like part of the reason is like that I think like my English still needs improving, you know. So I want to like keep that up, so they're getting more fluent. Of course I can still speak, communicate in our languages, you know. But I think like for German, my skill level is like max there. I did like some kind of test there. Like some kind of test that is like tracking data from the whole country. You know, this was like about the proficiency on like how good your German is. And I was like above average. Had like a really broad amount of vocabs, and I had like many ways on how to spin my words, you know. I could like speak like some dude from the Middle Ages and oh sire, or I have my farmer has like something like, I don't know how you can do it in English. But because I don't know like how to do English properly, I feel like, oh, I kinda want to like improve there. Like that I not only am like good in conversations, you know, but maybe like, you know, professional manner, like business. I can't hurt to like be better in it. And everybody in the world speaks English, you know. So why not? But thanks for like changing that up, you know. The amount of my German viewers, like regulars back in the days, you know, they reduced quite a lot. Some of them had like some kind of regular there. But I guess like they're more busy with streaming on their own and like watching me. But that's like also like fine. To be honest, I don't really mind. Like, if you guys at some point, like some of you guys are like new here, no? It's like your first time tuning in. Maybe you're like, oh, I like the vibes of this guy, you know? But I also like don't mind, even if you have like a good first impression while you're like here in the chat. Like you press the follow button or like subscribe, you know, and then you can actually chat here. Like thank you for the follows as well. I don't have the notifications on, but if I see the chat the first time, be like, oh, you joined. Thank you. But yeah, what I wanted to say. What do I want to say with all of that? Like people can come and go. There was like a time where I was not interested in like doing art anymore. I think I told it in the last streams. Oh, rather than like interested, I lost my motivation. And with that, I lost interest. And then I kinda moved on to like different hobbies. At some point I got like back to drawing again. This was like still like one of my bigger passions. And I had like some help, let's say like from streamers, YouTubers, you know, by seeing them like draw. And I was like, okay, let me try along. Oh, actually it's pretty fun. Oh gosh, now I'm back to drawing. Something like that. Standard introduction. I mean, fair. Yeah. I have also my introduction stuff, but to be honest, I keep it at a minimum. And whenever I like do my introductions, like I don't really do introductions to be honest. Like at the start of the stream, yes, but every time like a new viewer comes in, I'd be like, hey, hello, welcome, welcome. Something like that, you know. But I think like at that point when you get like too many viewers, you know, if you start to like stream to like more than 10, more than 5, more than 3, you know, if it's like gets to 150, you know, yeah, you have to like change it up, you know, maybe ignore them fully. But it's also like it's not optimal, maybe in some eyes, you know, but if it's like too many to handle, then it's like more important to like keep the flow of the conversation going than to be like nice to everyone, you know? Or like try your best in like doing that. Like you can't please everyone, just like move with the main topic, you know? If it's a gaming stream, then do the gaming, you know? If it's drawing, then do the drawing. The good thing like about me drawing here is that that I can multitask there, more or less. Can talk and draw at the same time, no issues. You can talk and game at the same time, also no issues. But the thing is like when you talk, you have to like to set in a direction, you know? You have to be set in a direction somehow. And once you maybe like run out of topics, you know, it's also like not much of an issue. You can like stay silent for a little bit, but make sure that you be entertaining, you know. Like have like every few minutes something to say, something funny, something entertaining. How it's going. I mean, you see it. You see it how it's going. This is like my progress right now. It's going up. It's going forward. I'm making progress. And this is like what matters in the art stream, really. They said like something about, okay, this stream will be like about 2 hours. If I'm like pretty fast, it can be done in 90 minutes. It's like roughly 90 minutes, you know? So like, in actuality like about 100 minutes, but you know, I'm like pretty far from like where I started off. I would like say it's going pretty well. Hi. But also like certain things you can interpret in many ways, like how it's going. I can like say, yeah, it's going forward because you can like see the progress here. But also like in general, things are like going forward when I'm stream. Like I'm not really much down. I try my best to not be like a bummer or whatever. You have like a reason, you all have like a reason to tune into streams, maybe like bored or whatever, you know. But I had like my struggles as well, I must like say. The beginning of the week was really rough for me. It affected like my ability to speak, my voice. And I was like quite frustrated for a long while. I couldn't like use my voice. I couldn't like speak 3 sentences, and then I would like start coughing like really strongly. When I took like a shower, I coughed like during the whole session there. Not really pleasant. So I had like to, yeah, delay my streaming. So I'm streaming like 3 times a week minimum, you know. I wanted to like do the next one on Tuesday or like Wednesday, but yeah. So I've got like instead it became like a weekend schedule, and that's like how it is. But it's like not bad per se, you know. It can be like that in this matter of like only a little bit more. Then you reach the weekend, you can do it. So there's motivation there too. But the times I like where I'm streaming are kind of wacky. For EU pros as well. Like in the morning. For some people, like, you know, some people are like night owls. Like here. A lot of people I know like are like night owls. They're like awake at some unreasonable times. I know like some of people, some dudes, they'd be like, oh, I want to watch your streams, but you stream at like so wacky times. Yo, bro, you are awake at wacky times. What if you adjust your schedule so that, you know? I kinda like try to encourage people to like have, I guess, you know, like at least like for my time zone, people can have like healthy amount of sleep, reasonable time to like go to bed, reasonable time to like wake up, you know, and then you know, when it's like more reasonable. I can't like adjust my things for a night owl since I'm not a night owl. I'm like I'm like an early bird, you know. Phew. And if I stream like really early in the morning, it's like fairly okay for Westerners, for the West, far West. What's like kind of surprising for me that the amount of people I have like watching from the West is like pretty big. Streaming like a kind of unreasonable times for them. If I like start at like 9:30 AM or something in my time zone, and then it's like 0:30, like midnight there. And at this time, usually people should be asleep, but there are people awake in the West. I'm like, holy crap, go to sleep. But if it's like people from the East, you know, like C, or like Japan, Philippines, you know, then it's like more okay. How are you? I mean, you can hear it, you know, you hear my voice, how it's going. So that's your answer. I think the vocab is like pretty weak in English, right? Okay, the pen. Koro pen this. This is a pen. It's like a thing a lot of people learn in English class, right? I think. I have a Japanese friend. And I pretty much love how he pronounces things. Das ist ein Kugelschreiber. Something like that. Das ist, something like that. The way they like pronounce the things, you know, it's like pretty much Japanese. But there's like this thing that Japanese people, they do love something about German kind of names, you know. It's like some that they pronounce it like some special technique, you know. I'm fine. I'm currently drawing at that desk in 3D. Okay, cool. You're productive. That's cool. Hello. Your name. Does it matter? Does underscore it underscore matter? Pretty creative name, you know. Oh, please write your name. Does it matter? I like your profile picture. Hello, welcome to the art stream. I'm drawing Ichijou Ririka from Hololive, not English. Hololive device reclass. Welcome, welcome. It has kind of the vibes of like entering your password, you know. Enter the password. Password. The password is wrong. Wrong. Try again. Again. Oh gosh. I kinda like those pretty dumb videos, you know, but it's like pretty... It's like a dad joke, more or less. It's like really flat, but I kinda love those kind of jokes. Okay. I took out easy on my voice. Actually, can I add our classes? I can add our classes, right? Just like sunglasses. Pretty stylish ones. I could like do it on the top of her head, so I would like say. They're like see-through as well, so I need to give it transparency. They have like those shadings of like... Now let's see what I can do there. No, nothing like this. I need a new layer for that. Okay. Maybe here? This is gonna look weird. I want to make like the character design justice. Let's see what I can do there. Yeah, I think I should be like done pretty fast with that one. It's like not much on the steps I have to do. So if you're like in the West, you can like go to sleep at a reasonable time after this is like done. Or you have like the freedom to do so. Some people like stay awake, like, you know, and I don't know, seek like for some kind of entertainment. I sometimes have my guilty pleasures as well, to be honest. But what keeps me like up and going and like, you know, that I still like go to bed is like mostly the pressure of like, oh yeah, I've worked the next day. I have to go to bed. Any tips on getting better drawing? I am an intermediate level. Oh, can answer that in many ways. but what are you looking for to improve? Like, getting better at drawing is like a really general question. There are like many ways to answer that, and maybe you don't want to hear those general answers, you know? Just draw, dude. Oh, thank you, I couldn't have figured it out without you. Oh, not Drake, those kind of meme images, you know? Okay, there's something specific now. I can't draw anatomy like faces and stuff. Oh. Okay, that's more specific. Faces? Okay, anatomy. Huh. Yeah, this is more difficult, to be honest. Might be angles, might be, I don't know. They're hard like human body. Yeah, I do understand that. Maybe you can draw references of human anatomy, you know? You draw them different poses, different angles, you know? There are like enough of like videos out there, you know? Like gesture draw-alongs. There are like some videos out there you can watch. And if you're using Clip Studio Paint, there's like... Okay, you can see it. Can you see like 3D here? There are like some kind of models you can use there as well. You can implement it there in the picture and actually let me pull it up and you know and you can like adjust that, you can like use those as reference and like draw over it, for example, you know, this like with the thing, this like without, like something like that. You understand what I mean? That you have like something to use there. If you have like struggles to draw the human body, you know, use some technical references, technical, I don't know how you call it, but like tools to like assist you in like doing that, you know? Okay, let me see the thing. Oh, okay, that's how it's looked like in YouTube chat. But yeah, you can use those things also like as help. I saw like enough artists who like draw fan arts, you know, that they use like that as a reference for their stuff. Sometimes they look like at Instagram photos from like cosplayers or like models, and they use this like as a reference for like their artwork. And they sometimes credit it, and which is also like super cool. Like respect to like the source material. To be honest, I myself am also like using those models, cosplayers as a reference sometimes. But it's just like for like studying, you know, like drawing like different poses or like capturing like the energy of that. But since I like drawing in this kind of style, which is like pretty derpy, you know, pretty dumb, silly, but somewhat cute, like this energy that like cosplayers and idols give off, you know, models, this doesn't really fit into that, you know, so I'm just like left with whatever silly ideas I have. But yeah, if you don't have Clip Studio Paint, the alternative is like looking at like real life examples and like try to draw that, or at least the part where you're struggling at. And at the very least, like try to draw them from different angles. Like if they do like poses, you know, if they do like the JoJo pose or like Superman pose, if they do the esports pose, you know, where they fold their arms in front of them, you know, like in front of their chest, something like that. That you try like it out and maybe try to understand on like how this works. And with a time limit even, like let's say you have like for one gesture 1 minute, for the other 2 minutes, for the other 5, for the other 10. I have like something really useful there. But let me finish that thing here first. But yeah, in general, the stream here is just for entertainment. If you like don't take anything, like take anything I like try to teach you here or like say here with a grain of salt, you know. If you really like want some improvement here and there, seeking professional. I'm not. I'm not professional. Just like some random guy on the internet. I think like if you use the internet, you should get like enough hits on like helping you with like those anatomy kind of tips. What I just like told you is just like the old school kind of way, like how I did it back in the days, like without internet usage and such. Like you can check like for examples like magazines, you know, like fashion stuff, and like look at how the models are like posing there, like something like that. Like really old school. Because I like learned drawing without using internet, to be honest. People who are like can use the internet, all of them can be artists, you know. You have all the resource, all the materials there. You just need to know where to look, what to type in, and that's it. Where are you from? You see like in the top left a date and like time ticking. Judging from that, you can like maybe like see from what time zone I am. It's like morning in my time zone. So I'm not in the west, I'm not in the far west, I'm not in Asia. And some guy here typed in German here, so maybe, you know, I narrowed it down for you. You know Germany. That's cool. Yeah. Congratulations, you got it right. Let's go. Pachi pachi pachi. I know there are like a lot of beams there. From like weeps as well. Maybe it looks a lot better without the classes, or I need to like add more to the classes. Urasan. Okay, let's... Oh, this is the wrong layer. any tips on getting better at German? I lost my tongue flexibility while learning how to pronounce. Surround yourself with people who can speak it, you know? Or like watch videos, watch series, watch movies. Like just surround yourself with it. I mean, you can pick it up naturally, you know? Like how people like, for example, like watch anime. But this is kind of a bad example, you know? People like watch for decades like anime with like subtitles and then like Japanese dub. They still can't like do it, but you know, you pick it up, you know like how it's pronounced. Maybe you get like at some point a sentence structure if you like start learning it, you know? Like that's like a listening comprehension. Oh gosh. Yeah. Like for example, I wanted to improve like in English, you know, so the chat is like mostly in English. I also like watch things in English, you know. I have like all the settings I have, like my smartphone, my UI and the Windows, games generally, all English language. And whenever I have like the choice on like picking English in video games, I pick English. If you can like pick German, if you want to improve that, maybe pick German, you know? Can you give us an intro of yours in Germany, please? What is my intro? How do I used to introduce myself? In English it's like hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever times of the world you are. It's your Blue Archive Gotcha Whale, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy, Toast You. Welcome. So if it's like in German, it should be like Hallöchen. Guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Abend. Welcher Zeitzone auf der Welt ihr auch immer seid. Es ist euer Blue Archive Gotcha Whale. Amateur-Artist. Selbsternannt. And euer Junge, Toast-San-Yu. Willkommen. Something like that. So, did I tone my voice? Yeah, I tried to like elevate it, you know, give it like more weight, but it's not good for my voice. Should like to talk chill, calm. Cool, sugoi. Yeah, thank you. But to be honest, a lot of like vocab in English sound like similar to like what you have in German. So can learn it. Just like the grammar maybe that's like really whack. I think I can like do the donuts and then I'm like done. Donuts. Give it a yellowish tone. A little bit brighter, let's see. Okay, that's not bad. I do find it funny like how the German language is like depicted in like other parts of the world, you know, like how the pronunciation is there, or like when Japanese voice actors like try like something there. What kind of games do you play? I play things I like to play. Yeah, right. I mean, I introduced myself as a gacha whale, you know, so I play like some gacha games, like Blue Archive. That's like one. Okay, Star Rail? Unfortunately I don't play like open world gachas. I tried like Genshin Impact like for 1 or 2 hours, and I was like, okay, I saw enough. I'm satisfied. Like in this DOB, you know? Okay, we reached 2-hour mark. Like over 2 hours by now. I'm still not done because of the yapping and like paying attention, but I'm still like good. It's still like within the time span I like kind of like that to you to like expect. It's like it's still like it feels complete, you know. You know, like things are lacking. It's just like a few touches here and then I'm like pretty much done. I mean, like open world games, like exploration is like the coolest part about them, right? But to be honest, once you're like done with that, I was like imagining, yeah, there's like not much to the game anymore. And you are like stuck with the gameplay loop. I didn't really stick for that. I just like did the exploration a little bit, and like saw the dialogue, Paimon, Aoife, whatever. Some of the girls, like the beginning, you know. I don't remember much anymore. But I heard from a lot of people who play the game still today, they don't really like the game. The gameplay loop I mentioned, for example. And if you have like free-to-play, for example, that farming gacha currency, I think like Primogem you call it, it's like pretty exhausting. Like a lot of this game is like pretty you know? That like this kind of thing got like invented on like Genshin could never. Like that way of like earning gacha currency is like pretty grindy, and you don't get much out of it. And there are not many kind of events from the get-go onward they give you like additional pulls, you know, pull currency. While games like Blue Archive I play, it does like a lot, you know. Like it's not most gacha games I have played, most who I play like on a regular basis are on the generous kind of side. I know I play them, yeah. I don't really need to explain. But I was just like that at the beginning of it, and I was like, okay, I'm good, you know. You could like say self-control, but I was just like curious on like why do people like find it cool, you know? And I was like seeing it and was like, okay, I see why people play it. It's just like the magic of like the first, not like being a newbie, you know, like seeing like the magic of the world and how it's like pulls you in at the beginning, you know, you can like explore, you have like the kind of freedom, you can like cook, there are like many husbandos and waifus, you know, but I was like, I don't know, like I maybe like saw the future a little bit to like know what to expect of that. But I can actually see the future. I cannot. But I kinda had like a hunch, you know. And I kinda was, I was right. But things like Honkai Star Rails, I think people like that way more than Genshin. And WoWa has like pretty good designs. Like I think like a lot of HoYoverse games have like good designs. And story-wise, I think like Honkai Impact was like the best. That's what I heard. Do you have a favorite waifu you like from HoYoverse? I don't really have one, but I must admit all the designs look fantastic. You know, like Hoshimi Miyabi, he's kinda hot. And if it comes to Genshin, whenever I go like to a anime convention, there's so many HoYoverse cosplays. Incredible. The choice is great, I like her too. It's just like appearance-wise, you know. You maybe have like more info on like backstory, personality and such, but for me it's just like, oh, I see a lot of fan art of her, and also like dirty fan art, you know. If you know what I mean. It's just like this kind of the fandom, but you know, of course we won't care, we won't get girls. Yeah. Well, gonna see about things in the future, you know. Like, about actually getting girls. Sometimes you have like the right soulmate. who does understand your interests and such. There are things like that. There are things like that. If this was an art channel, I would have liked to watch you play games. Who said this was an art channel? Who said this was an art channel? It's not really an art channel, to be honest. I'm just like a dude on the internet, you know, who likes to draw. Like, I do weekly, at least one time in a week. Like art, you know. I also do other stuff, like gaming, like singing, like chatting, you know. Like what other VTubers, what other streamers do times. And if you look at my videos, not live streams but videos, it's like kind of wacky. I'm not really like set in one direction. But I have like some preferences, of course. Do I aspire to be a VTuber? I mean, I am maybe one. I'm the artist maybe, you could also like say, but I'm also like not artist main. It's just like I draw like weekly on a weekly basis, so I don't get rusty. And then I get closer to my goal to draw every Holo Pro. Like, you know, every time I had like my art streams in the past, it's like 1 month or 2 months later I'd be like, oh gosh, I'm so rusty at drawing, you know. I always like start my streams with like, oh, I'm so rusty at drawing, I'm not confident anymore. And I'm like done with the stream, be like, oh, it's actually good. You know. But I always started with like complaining and be like, oh, I'm so nerve, I'm so washed, your code is washed, I can't do it anymore. And I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm good, you know. It's like with those kind of sports anime, you know, like there's like one dude who's like really good at like the sport, like let's say soccer, you know, like Chigiri Hyoma from Blue Lock, you know, this red-haired guy who can like run really fast. It's like, oh my gosh, I was like, I used to be really fast, but my legs are broken. I can't do it anymore. Oh, never mind, I can do run. Yo, you know, something like that. The switch and bait. But I was kind of like, I had enough of like switch and baiting. I'm just like, okay, let's do it on a regular basis. I do like drawing. I don't want to be rusty anymore. I think I'm done with the art here. Okay, this has been 2 hours and 20 minutes. Not bad. Can't pronounce block without BL. Okay. Who's your favorite VTuber? It's hard to say. My Oshi was Ame. It will be next stream? Tomorrow. Tomorrow! If you're on YouTube, you can check my YouTube community posts there. I put up their schedule like every week, so you can expect a lot of times I'm gonna stream. Every week I'm like streaming at least minimum 3 times. Every week, 1 art stream minimum. Every month, 1 karaoke stream minimum. Time? You see it on the schedule, you know. I have like different time zones there displayed, like for PST, for my time zone, for JST. Just like calculate to your like kind of time zone if you like know where you're living. Like I converted to like Berlin kind of times, you know, for example. Okay, that's all for today now. For all people who like tune in, stayed. Thank you. If you're like part of the VOD gang, I love you. And since it has been like about 2 hours, I'm gonna set you free. And I wish you or a nice rest of the night, morning, day, evening, whatever times of the world you all are. With that, I'm gonna say bye bye.